What's going on, fam? Listen, y'all already know who this is. This is your host with the most, the one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. And watch this. Here we go. Now we get ready to make it do what it do. All right, fam. Listen, we have a special guest tonight. I'm getting ready to bring him up in Crown Vibes. Has a very powerful podcast that they do, a radio station that they do. WPTPFM.com. That's out of Chattanooga. So we're going to get ready to get into that. And I'm going to bring him up in just 1 second. Give us just a minute. All right, Crown Vibe, introduce yourself.
Hey there, man. Oh, I'm in. We ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. My name is Crown Vibes. I am from Planet Key, but my current location is Chattanooga, Tennessee. And on my journey, I have had the pleasure through unconventional, unforeseen, unpredictable circumstances to meet Dr. J.F. Clay. Oh man, it's been amazing. So I've been on his heels, man. His energy is so genuine and so receivable that I had to contact Dr. Clay, and Dr. Clay was honorable enough. His heart is big enough. His mission is big enough to accept me as a total stranger. And here we are operating as brothers, man. So thank y'all for having me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And it's a pleasure to have you. And I had the opportunity to meet you through other persons. For example,
Yeah.
T Swin and of course She Trucking, right?
Man, She Trucking. Oh, give it up for She Trucking.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So Dr. Clay, just to be totally transparent, I am operating totally on spirit right now by feeling the need to be on Truth Session because it's so much. I've just met you, brother, but you know when it feels right, it's right. Man, we've had the opportunity to share information, share insight on our individual purposes and collective, man. So I am here operating totally on spirit, and I want to know more, even though I know we already know.
We already know. Yeah, listen. Yes, indeed. One of the things that I'm excited about is establishing a relationship.
Yes.
Relationships are the most important element of what it is that we're doing in this time frame, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you understand relationship, you have the ability to bring information that's pertinent for things to be applicable. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, nothing. Only thing I could add to that statement is stored information. Yeah, the information already in us. These relationships give us a viable chance, a real life. Matter of fact, you can't stop it kind of chance to understand what's already within you.
Yes, sir. And when you speak about stored information, that's interesting because it goes back to the constitution of our makeup.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
Yes, because within us is already the constitution of what we know and what we're going to experience. It's already within us. And so all we are waiting for is the environment to become conducive for it to manifest. And what what we're actually waiting on is what? Manifestation. And I know you know much about that when we're dealing about, manifestation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, That word, I can truly stand on what it has done for me through experiencing an awakening and basically adjusting as the necessary evolution presents itself. So, manifestation, when I discovered, and I've met so many others that share the sentiment, when I discovered what it understood to manifest, right? We usually
Hmm.
discover it in a positive nature, you know.
Yes.
The kind of being like ourselves and many others in our communities that has made a norm out of survival mode. Those
Yes.
spirits, those beings, when we discover manifestation, is usually in a positive nature. And as time
Yes.
go along and I continue to study, stay alignment, and draw inspiration from all things that are natural or all things that are conducive, word you use,
Yes.
I
Yes.
realize that we are so powerful, we are always manifesting.
Yes. Absolutely. And here's
We
one more
have
thing.
literally manifested every small or huge portion of our existence.
Yes. Yes. And let me state this, Crown, for audience tonight.
Yes, sir.
We have already established that this is for grown folk.
Facts.
We made sure that we established all of the elements that we need for this not to be children's friendly.
Yes,
So when
sir.
you see us out here with a cigar, if you see us sipping on something, it's because we've already tagged our video, right? Because I'm gonna have Miss Stokey, and guess what? I'm gonna have Miss Sip.
Uh,
1738.
n- Neither one, according to the interim government, is illegal.
Absolutely not. Yeah, absolutely not. So, but
Oh,
let's talk. Let's what
let's
it's
talk,
the
man.
cosmos is going crazy.
Let's talk, man.
Every yes, everything out here, man, is crazy. It's going crazy. Hold up. Let's give ourselves a hand. Hold up.
Yeah, yeah.
One more time. One more time. Let's give.
Again.
Yes,
Those applause to me, I interpret them as the word celebration. So continue on.
yeah, yes, indeed. So, but yeah, we met through mutual people, persons, and they brought us into a relationship. And you and I, we were talking about earlier about relationships. How important, Crown Vibes, to you are relationships?
Um, that's a two-part answer. The knowledge that I have now, I truly understand, overstand, and what you teach me, surround stand,
Yes,
that they have always been important. They
yes,
have always been the key portion of anything that I consider significant since the day I came to the planet.
yes, sir. Yes,
Now
sir.
my understanding, overstanding, surround standing of that to this current date, the answer to that is it's unquantifiable. It is the connector, it is the untold story, the unwritten rule, it is the fuel, it is actually the resource. It's the place you will return back to when you reinvent, recreate yourself, just like the day turns to night. Relationships. And on this journey, man, so to answer your question, I digress. Dr. Clay, I'm truly honored to be here. Now I want to know what you think.
Yes, it is. Well, relationships, when we get into that, right? When we get into it, we start talking about relations, you look at that, it is always a prefix on there.
Mm,
When you look at that prefix on there, re, which means with the intent that what was done was inadequate or impermanent, right? So
right.
there are times we're only doing things. Y'all see my son in the background, that's the rim man. We're
Please,
only
God.
doing things. Yes.
Peace, God.
Yes, we're only doing things to be doing them.
Oh,
Right?
man.
So when we get into relationships, we're doing them with the implication of knowing that, hey, if there is a mishap, that's okay, because at some point I'm going to be able to revise this or
I'm going to be able
rebuild,
to. Yes, yes.
right? So this is what we're not understanding about relationships, and this is why people are up in arms. They really don't know how to heal relationships. They are angry, bitter, mad, because they don't know how to heal the relationship. They don't know that what happened was not permanent. It was inadequate. And
What's
it
that?
gives you the opportunity to restart or
Yes.
reset. And we've been dealing with
Rebirth.
reset. Yes. Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm just adding.
No, we're talking. This is our opportunity to communicate.
Man, you hit my spirit with those words, man, because you truly tapped into the untold story, the unwritten rule, the things that are absolutely mandatory, no way around them when you awaken.
Yes.
You tapped into it, you hit it on the head, man, because death, rebirth, according to their, definitions, because we know we don't die, but it does represent a cycle.
Correct.
Yes. We have to get it wrong, right? I personally
Okay.
believe the more powerful your mission is, the more you got to get it wrong in the name of the rebirth, in the name of
Okay.
getting it right.
Okay. Okay. And because we're on the same page, you're referring to it as, hold on just a second. You're referring to it as rebirth, but I refer to it as reset.
Yeah,
But we're on the same page.
yeah.
We're,
And that
we're
and that's just a side effect of Doc. I gotta talk straight. I'm full of love, light, and peace for all high vibrational beings. But I'm a soldier.
yeah,
When I intake my downloads, yeah, it pisses me off first, and then I rebalance myself. But those are pretty strong energies. The love I have for myself, the earth, my people, and the pissed offness that happens every time that I understand something that I didn't know before, with us being the butt of the joke. So ever since our planet was pretty much hijacked, um, we have been in such a desperate state that we pray for a piece of an opportunity for rebirth,
hmm
you know. And that being the case, I take it pretty seriously, man. The relationships,
yeah,
the
yes,
relationships are everything because we are the money. We are the inspiration.
Absolutely.
We are the builders. We are the creators. We are the governors. We are the followers and the leaders of ourselves.
Yes,
So it's yeah,
absolutely.
like you originally said, brother, it's crazy out here. Uh,
Yes.
but we're chaotic beings. It's another the craziness in the world that the media and even ourselves blame ourselves for is another byproduct of supreme being.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're crazy because we're chaotic beings. We're solar, we're electric, we're magnetic. It is a
Correct.
storm going in every cell in our body at all times. But we are the ones bestowed with the gift of managing. No one
Correct.
else can.
Correct.
Yet,
You're
so
absolutely
it's the alchemy. It's the alchemy thing. We both are so familiar with. That's why
correct.
I believe it's been such a grand effort since probably before we can even remember, or way more than history can state, on who's qualified to do the job of chaos. I hope I answered your question.
I agree. No, this is the line of communication that we need, because we need outside of the box communications. And one of the things that has happened for us is that always streamlined our communications along the lines of religion.
Mm.
And
Okay. Are we going? We getting real? Are we getting real, Dr. Clay?
I thought that's what we was doing.
Love it.
I thought
I
that's
love it.
what we. Come on, Crown. Come on.
I'm gone. I'm with you. Where we going? Where we going?
No, go ahead. Go release it. Let me put
Hey,
up. Let me put up. Hold on. Wait a minute.
all
Let me
right,
put
go
up.
ahead.
Let me put up a thought. You see that? That shop
No, I
sound?
can't see it. It's pretty small. Oh, I can
Oh,
blow
that's
it up.
good.
I didn't know I can blow it up. Let's see here.
And then
Wind Down Wednesday Therapy, a sip down folks conversation, Black Moses Freedom Festival. Oh, say no more. Okay. Beaded Vibrations, the Truth Session CTR Media Network, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, the Blackest Truth, Blackest with No Chaser. Oh man, I want to stop right there, but it's more. Free Black Thinkers, Kizzy
yeah,
Inspirations, Queen Wake Up Black, People Black Kings, Queens Awaken, Black Men Empowered. Yeah. Dorothy Wilson, Tracy Love,
yes, sir.
Kiana Etheridge, Black Man Wake Up, Black People, Cold Black Life, Yemoja, Priestess.
Yes,
Oh,
sir. Here
Yemoja
go another
Priestess.
one.
Oh man. Oh, you giving it
Here
to
go
me,
another
Doc.
one. Yes, sir. Go ahead and go and release it.
Oh man,
It
you
should be
giving
out
it to
there.
me,
Let
Doc.
me. Okay, hold on a second. Let me slow some of this down.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Donations, cash
Just
out. What we got there? The master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shapeshifter, the code breaker. Excellently stated. Oh man. Oh,
yeah.
you talking
You
about me,
so-
Doc?
Yeah, he was talking about you, Doc. He's talking about you.
Gratitude. Let me see that name. Who is that? Who is that? That
Yeah,
is Tony Harris.
yeah,
Gratitude
that's
from
one of my
Crown
doctors.
Vibe.
Yeah, that's one of yes, sir. That's one of my staff.
Gratitude, may peace and protection recycle, reverberate, and reciprocate back to you, my brother, Mr. Tracy Harris. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh
sir.
man,
Oh,
this is nice.
oh, I told you we gon' Listen, one thing about my family, we're gonna put it out here, right?
Yes, sir.
So that we have a transparent conversation that's based that's based upon clarity. See, if
Yeah.
you can't get the clarity, you can't get the truth. See, truth is based upon how things really appear.
That's
And
right.
if how things really appear, you have to understand that, understand it, overstand it, surround stand it. You know what I'm
Ooh.
saying?
Now I'm gonna be
You-
going. I'm gonna interject this to keep and let you finish. Um, I can't really describe the magnitude of that interjection to the standings because we know we don't stand under nothing. So I've been operating in understanding and overstanding. But since that first conversation of surround standing, I can feel the frequency of coverage when I say it. Sorry to interrupt.
yes. Okay, so let me share this with you real quick, God. I always tell people, they say, well, we don't deal with understanding. I said, well, why you don't deal with understanding? Well, because you can't, ain't nothing on top of us. Yes, it is.
Yeah, gotcha.
Let me give it to you like this. See, you can't have anything without a foundation. See, when you use the word understand, let's just use word reversal. Word reversal says stand under. If you're standing under something, you are providing a what? Foundation.
It starts with you.
Nothing can exist without a foundation.
Oh,
So when
Doc.
people are saying that, yeah. So when people are saying that, that's because they're disillusioned. To understand simply means that I provided a foundation for which I can understand, overstand, and surround stand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
can't do anything without a foundation.
Can't do anything
Understanding
without
is
that.
not a foundation. That's not a foundation. That's just a conglomeration of information that's installed within us. But when you
I
talk
knew
about
it.
under is bringing.
I knew you was gonna elevate my whole existence the day I met you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cause you me as a qualified, bona fide, and seeking to be certified ascending master teacher, at, you just you opened me up with that.
Yes, sir.
You brought me back to what most of us in the spiritual community do understand, but once you get past the initial understanding, we tend to get stuck in a place. And
Correct.
since my awakening, I have been, I admit transparently, shadow work, full play, that until today, right now, I have leaned, build, and continue to roll with. I don't stand under nothing.
Correct.
You just cleared it up.
Yes. And let me share something else with you too. Let me say something with you, God King. Let me share something with you. When we are doing shadow work, this is what people fail to understand, overstand, and surround stand. When you're doing shadow work, that's dealing totally with something that you have no element of knowing to get the aspect of that. So people, they are out here saying this, but if you really tapped into that, your you'd be so fucked up you wouldn't be able to go wherever you need to go anymore. Because
Too much in there.
I think it is. I'm gonna give you. Let me give you something. Right. I've been doing this, God, for over 30-some years.
Salute.
And there was something that happened to me that I've never recovered from. There was a young lady's mother that called me, and I'm going to tell you where I was because it's important. This is my story. I can tell it. You know, sometimes we can't tell things because it's not our story.
Yeah, too much on the back.
But I'm going to tell this because it's my story to tell, right?
Yes, sir.
I was called to this young lady's mother's house, right? And I got some staff on the timeline right now. They'll probably put it out there because they were there. But what happened was her mother called me. No, let me pause and bag up and get the backstory to this. These are religious people. Okay. So what she did was she had a sister that is transitioned, peace be upon her, that called me and said that my sister wants you to come over to see her daughter because her daughter is having some problems. That's okay, cool.
Okay.
Right? So what invariably ended up happening was that she didn't call me. She called her pastor. Pastor come to the house, pray for the young lady and everything, and leaves. Right? And I want to call his name because I think he needs to be called out. Because sometimes we spare people when they really need to be called out because they're inefficient. And he's a doctor, Dr. Hardaway. I'm going to call his name, Dr. Hardaway.
Hey, if the spirit calls for it,
let it be transparent. That's what we're talking about, right? Being transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, comes and he prays and he leaves. So the problem isn't rendered. So they end up later on. They end up later on that evening. Are we back? They end up later on that evening calling me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I go to the house. When I go to the house, I have two of my most trusted staff members with me.
Mm-hmm.
The master teacher, the quantum shifter, the shift shifter, the code breaker, and the Prince of Peace, Prophet J.P. Hall. All of them with me. And so we go in, right? And when I look at her, I said, oh, wait a minute, something is happening. So I told my staff to move her. And they moved her, it was blood and water in the bed.
Mm.
Now, this is very important because sometimes we don't tell stories that need to be told.
Let's hear it, man. That's what we're here for. We ain't messing around.
So I end up, I said, bring her to me. So they brought her to me. When they brought her to me, I lay hands on her. And when my hands touched her, she started mentally and spiritually talking to me. We didn't mind words. We didn't talk words. She started revealing to me what was going on and why this was happening. Right? You hear me? This is very important to hear. She started telling me what was happening and what was going on. And listen, I've never experienced this in all of the years that I've been in the realm of spirituality, in the realm of religion, in the realm of teaching. Nothing prepared me for what happened to me next.
Mm.
So while I was talking to her spiritually and mentally, we were connected. And all of a sudden, I've never seen anything like this in my life. It was a level of darkness that opened up that I've never seen. And all of a sudden, it snatched her in and closed back up.
Mm.
And I told her mother, I said, whatever problem and whatever sickness and whatever you think that's going on with her, I said, I'm telling you now, you need to call the emergency. You need to call an ambulance. She said, now? I said, yeah, now. And so the ambulance ended up coming there. They end up trying to resuscitate her. Right? And you know what the situation was, man? That pastor, Ollie Hardaway, that came there, all he simply had to do was say, hey, you need to seek medical help for her. But you know what? He was too insecure in this little religious mind. And this is what religious people do. They'll kill you.
Yeah.
All he simply had to do was say, you know, just call emergency room, get them to come out and get her. You know what she died from?
What?
Having a spontaneous abortion. She was
Okay.
pregnant.
Oh,
And
that's
she had a
is
spontaneous
that like the
abortion.
clothes hanger thing or something? What is spontaneous abortion?
No, what happened was a spontaneous abortion is when you have a miscarriage. You are having a miscarriage. In other
Yeah.
words, you're having, yes, you're having a miscarriage. You're having a spontaneous abortion. So because of religiously how we've been taught, we feel that we have some level of authority to be able to say some things when it has no merits.
Mm. Ooh, say it, Doc.
Right? So
Say it. Say
in
it.
your right mind, if you're thinking properly, the first thing would be was that, listen, you need to call the emergency, which is what I did. Because I knew it was beyond the powers and the authority that I had.
Let me ask you something. Soul Trap. If you follow me, I'm gonna make it back to that darkness grabbing her. So I seek, because we are all powerful, 9 ether beings connected to all things from cosmos to any planet that you land. My knowledge of the soul trap is,
Repeat that, King, because you kind of timed out. Repeat
I
it.
said, my knowledge of the soul trap, the moon has a lot to do with it. And so many verified and resonating points about seeing the light in near-death experiences, and the instructions that I've been led to know as fact thus far tells me when we get ready to leave here, we do not go to the light. We always have the choice by being supreme beings, etheric beings, decisions. We decided to come here. When we leave here, we literally navigate and decide which path that we take to return to our home planet, another one, or just live as an etheric being. That is my understanding so far, and knowledge is infinite. So I know that there is more, and I know one thing for sure: I don't know everything, but I resonate with the thought of the darkness is a great thing at the time of transcendence. I'd like to know your thoughts on that.
Okay, so let me help you out. See, what we don't understand is that there's different levels of darkness. There's just not one darkness. Just like there's different levels of light, there are variances of darkness. See, certain realms of darkness dictate the certain elements of what will be engrafted. Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
So that was my induction to that. My induction to that was that it was teaching me that you have no understanding of what is happening right now. So what I had to do was go back and study that. And as a result of that, I've never, ever been the same. Because it has something else on it that no one can talk about, no one can explain, no one had experience. It ain't nobody that I ever talked to that had any experience with that.
Mm. Mm.
Are you hearing?
I'm beyond intrigued.
I had to deal with that. And I grew from that. And as I grew from that, it gave me a different level of orientation. I was able to articulate on a different level.
What do you mean by
I was able to
orientation?
articulate on a different level.
What do you mean by orientation?
It orientated me. In other words, it brought me into a different perspective and gave me another level of information that others did not have, that they could not articulate. See, what we do is based upon our ability to articulate.
Sounds like a.
So what it did was it gave me information, and it says that you need to go study. And when I went to study, it gave me a different ram and level of articulation. And that's what people are trying to figure out how you know that, how you articulating that, because I've experienced it and you haven't.
A combination of things. It sounds like those 37 years. Sounds like divine time. It sounds like from the day you got here, you have been being led at the pace needed for your true awakening. And it's based on knowledge after the initial awakening. Knowledge is infinite. That's why I love to say it, man. People like me and you, because we have the fortitude or whatever you call it in this third dimension to activate, right? The light attracts a lot of stuff, good, bad, and the ugly, and people praise and pats on the back and all the stuff. And it's very few people like you, Dr. Clay, that really get the divinity of the timing of the information. I had an elder, man. He just passed a month ago, and I see it in other words. But this elder was what you speak of. You know how you can tell those beings, those spirits and souls that have experienced and they walk the path. So the elders that I have known and had the privy of knowing that has provided me with information that were connector information. Usually it don't come in no long drawn out speech. The more knowledgeable of the God seems they have more knowledge of how to share it as well.
Well,
Like you
like
said, you don't tell many people that story that is an example to me of divinely knowing how to relay. And it's very important. You know, a lot of
yeah,
people,
it's about time.
it's about timing.
It's all about timing. Yeah,
Divine timing.
it's all about, yes. Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. Absolutely.
A lot of people were worthy of the crazy house for all these years until the mass awakening. Because when all those chakras, or if too many of those chakras open at one time, too much information. Back to
Well,
why the elders have this innate ability to manage the pace of information that they give you. Because they can give it all to you, right? But it'd be very detrimental.
well, yeah, of course, the elders have always measured. They've always measured information that they've given to us. It would be unconscionable to give information without measuring it, right?
More damage
So,
than good.
so this is what has happened for us, that they, yes, that they've measured what they've given unto us. And like I was sharing with you, that's why I'm finishing up on my book called When You Get Struck. I'm talking about
Say that book again for me.
solution-driven. When you get struck.
When you get struck.
Yes, and it's dealing with information that has not been allotted for us to ascertain or obtain. So, and it's solution driven. So when I release it, I'm going to release it because it's going to be in divine timing, right? Because that's what's important. Because you don't want to release anything and then it doesn't pique the interest of who you're trying to reach, right? So you want to make sure that you do that. And I think
you got any advice? Because we doing something really big here. We are making a major move to connect tribes here. And we are doing it. So do you have any advice for those crystal babies, blue crystal babies, indigo children, newly awakened, fresh souls, ancient souls that are approaching the moment of understanding, overstanding, surround standing, the divine time concept when it comes to imperative things pertaining to us and our spirituality?
when you get into that blue ram, everything And the blue realm, when you get into that blue realm, everything slows down.
Hold up. You got to stop right there. You got to stop right there. What is the blue realm?
The blue realm, you said those crystals that's where that's blue. You know what those are called.
I do. I have the information that has been provided to me through, divinity. But if all knowledge is infinite. So, hey, and plus we got so many right now in this combining of the tribes
Yeah,
that
but knowledge is the low level of our learning. You see, when you get to knowledge, knowledge is the lowest level of our learning. It's not the highest, it's the lowest. Hold on. Because you got to let me explain. If you look at the word knowledge, there's 3 words, at least 3. Right? At least 3. The prefix on that word is know. K-N-O-W, right? No.
Right.
And knowledge. Know something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then if you look in there, then you find the word ledge. L-E-D-G-E, ledge.
All right,
Then
now.
you bag up a little bit more. And if you bag up a little bit more, you can see the word edge.
Oh.
E-D-G-E. So when you're talking about knowledge, knowledge isn't applicable if it doesn't put you on the edge of the ledge. Because knowledge is always cutting edge. Real knowledge. It's
Not
cutting edge. It's going to put you.
it sounds like you saying what my grandmama would call don't nothing get done while you comfortable.
Exactly not.
Hold on. Let me make sure I took that in right. It felt right. You know you on the edge of the ledge with knowledge. It's the beginning part.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got to get on
Yes,
the
sir.
edge of the ledge.
Yes, sir.
How did you
And
say
then
that,
what
Doc?
you have to is yeah, but what you have to understand is your end is your beginning. Your beginning is your end.
Mm,
Because why? You on a 360-degree circle.
mm.
You only stop to start.
So if
You only stop to start.
oh man, oh my God. Oh, I need to bottle this up. Hold on. Knowing is the beginning and the edge is the end.
Well, you can't have a beginning without an end.
In one word, knowledge, you got the beginning and the end. God, oh
Yeah, they are synonymous. You can't have one without the other because it's balance.
but how many words do we actually have that have that representation to this magnitude in 2 syllables?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, we just simply need to just expose what we just did. Knowledge.
God.
By exposing that, then it reveals all other aspects that are congruent with it.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank you.
You see what the master
Man.
teacher out there? We
I'm
do
sorry.
this. We live this. You see what the master teacher put out there? That's my constituent. That's my son. The master teacher. You see it?
Mm-hmm. Let me blow it up. Let me look.
Look what
Oh, I'm looking at it now. The master teacher. Lower levels of learning knowledge, comprehension, and application. High levels of learning, analyze, synthesize, and application. Analysis,
yes.
evaluation, creativity, recent.
Yeah. So he's telling you analysis, synthesis, and applications are the next level of what happens when you download what we refer to as knowledge.
How old is your son?
He trust me, he's an elder.
Yeah, gotcha. It's a lot of baby face elders.
Hey, we all elders up in this demonstration, straight up. Yeah, yeah, we all elders. We look like we're not.
Back to my reference to the soul
You
trap.
understand what I'm saying? Look like,
I think that's a byproduct so you know how the cycle of things, in its third dimension, the karmic application of things, how everything come back full circle. You know why you sow the good
yeah.
seed, why you create the good karma, because we're in this 360,
Okay, well,
369 manipulated realm. So I think
yeah. Let me
that
put
young
my
man,
king.
and them elders, they got them baby faces, is the unforeseen product of things done to us. So the alchemy in us always takes the undoable, the horrific, the trapped situation, and make it the best thing that could benefit us for now. Like crack in the 80s.
Let me a little bit, King. When we're dealing with certain aspects, what we do understand and understand is that we've been giving trite information or information that has been passed down without properly assessing it. Because for one, we didn't what? We didn't have the tools to be able to assess it properly. So this is what we're experiencing now. And so what that does is it tailspins us into a level of deliberation of adversion, where we are advent against each other. We're not trying to really get to the real point. We're just adverse against each other.
Mm-hmm.
So this
Just
is pretty much what this is pretty much what we're getting into when we're trying to have legitimate conversations. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So this is what, and then we can't be respectful enough to disagree with each other and explain why I disagree with you. Right? So I want you to know why I'm pushing back at what you just said, and let me explain it to you without any type of aggression, anger, or having some point against you. No, I'm talking in general, not us. I'm not talking about us right now. I'm talking in general.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't get to that. And it's very important for us to be able to have these levels of, but see, the real conversation is based off relationships. What type of relationship do we, right? Can I speak to you on a level where we can disagree and get angry with each other? Right? Now that starts to make sense. But the powers that be doesn't want that to make sense. But go ahead, guy.
No, bro. I'm processing. I'm processing that. Yeah. Elaborate on that anger thing for me.
What this is symptomatic. This is symptomatic of the fact that we've been fed misinformation and disinformation. As a result of being fed disinformation and misinformation, it has set us at odds against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? We cannot determine, okay, well, that ain't right. This ain't right. That ain't this. Okay, this we can't determine. And when we can't determine something, what happens? We tend to what? Turn on each other and argue with each other when we're not the problem. What we are trying to do is find a solution. Everything in this particular time frame that we should be doing, it should be solution driven, because we want a solution to why.
But we
And so
also
far, that's not us.
have been trained to take what we're given, and outside of that, find something else to do. And that's as a whole, Black community. That means the effects of what we're seeing right now literally started probably before your great grandmother's generation or mine. This is just the evolution. Everything evolves. It's a cycle. Headed to beginning, headed to the pinnacle, on its way to the death and rebirth. So us being at this state mentally and spiritually, globally, I guarantee you the oppressors are surprised that it works so well. And I think the major contributor to the oppression and suppression of all things that benefit the planet, cosmos, and us, I think that has happened because we can't see when it started. It's like we arrived, opened our eyes, and put our foot on the soil, and it was the biggest building on the block. It was the elephant in the room, if you will. That your parents, grandparents, and so on and so on left notes, codes, memoirs that directly match your experience thus far on the planet. So yeah, it started way before us. That's the confusing part. That is the part that we have to recognize, tap in, study, maintain our godship to even be able to give up on it, restore what we heard of we had, because we've never seen our golden age on the planet. We've never seen it. But like you said, we don't been here before. We got
Well, you
supreme knowledge,
know what?
stored knowledge. So as we activate in these times of transition, that is what the gods, those who recognize themselves as goddesses or gods on this planet, we got to hyper focus on no reward, no pain, purpose, job, unconsciously. Because we, like you said, we got a trail of souls that have been recycled back here, that it's wartime again. And it's not a physical war. That's why our youngsters, I believe, they get such a bad rap of those ancient souls that ain't gonna get tricked this time. So when they come back, they don't want to go to school. They don't want to go to church. They don't want to hear none of that, none of that. And we as elders, even some of us are woken ones, especially the ones that's still in the church out there every week, still getting their money. But even the awoken ones fight the battle of the narrative being projected with force through television, through other people you love, through opportunities, the only ones that exist, force the narrative that those portion of our people are stone crazy. They'll accept me and you because we can articulate our words, even though we're telling them that we're not standing for it, just like them youngsters with them choppers in the guy. We just don't got the choppers. We're not standing for it in our way, but they would give us the idea that they're accepting us more in the names of us not embracing them more. And if I got any message to every member of the melanated etheric community that's all over the planet, if I got any message, division is cancer. I don't care who does it. Because if I see this young boy with the 30-round clip at the gas station on his hip with a rag or whatever color, talking yin yang, bumping, low vibrational, look in his eyes like he'll kill you today. Now, I might not stand there and hang out with him. I might not invite him to my house yet. Got more work to do. But I damn sure will not speak these powerful words that we possess against any of my kind. So that's a message that I got to all of our community. If you are who you say you are in this spiritual community, then ego shouldn't be on the list. And anytime we don't accept, or we don't find a way to accept, or find a way or seek the knowledge of acceptance in some form or manner against our own young or old, we part of the problem. Now that message may not resonate outside of this quote unquote spiritual community, but in the spiritual community, this message is for you.
One of the things is for certain is that this is the People's Podcast. Listen, and you hanging out with your host with the most one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander, none other kicking it with Crown Vibes, right? Isn't that something?
Yes, sir.
Crown Vibes. Chattanooga, baby.
High
Say it
vibration.
one time for him. Chattanooga. Crown Vibes, baby. 100.1, baby.
FM.
WPPFM.com, baby.
Community Art Summit.
FM radio, baby. Chattanooga, Tennessee, baby. Tennessee.
Doc,
Isn't that something?
I think
Well, listen, we come
we
to
go.
the end of this here. We didn't held y'all long enough. What time is it? Yeah, it's 8:58.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, man. Your wisdom is received,
Routine.
respected.
We've held you guys long enough. Listen, as always, y'all know what I always tell y'all. Do what? Hold what you got. Muse over it. Cogitate upon it. Ponder on it. But by all means, oh, wait a minute. Meditate upon it. But by all means, do what? Govern yourselves accordingly. And we're going to give Crown Vibes the last words. Come on, Crown.
Peace. Doc, I thank you, man. It's truly been an honor and a pleasure. I can truly say I haven't
Are you
met.
muted, Crown? Because we can't hear you.
Okay, let's see.
Make sure you're not muted because we can't hear you.
Okay, hold on. Oh, they say I'm in the show. Let's see. 1 second. No, I'm not muted. No, I'm not muted. Let's make sure we move from stage.
All right, fam, listen. Y'all know how we do this. Y'all already know what I'm your host with the most. The one, the apostle, the prophet, the cosmic commander. Right? So listen, again, you know what I always say, what hold what you got. Muse over, cogitate, ponder on it, meditate upon it. But by all means, do what? Govern yourselves accordingly.